I just came back from Panama and I bought these shoes for $5, and I am surprised at how comfortable and pretty they are. You know what? I'm also very surprised is I just watched the Barbie movie. As you can see, I dressed up. And yes, I am a pastor. And I'm surprised at what a fun movie it was. And I believe that it stroked. I'm so proud of my shoes. I have to show them one more time. They were inexpensive and they're so comfortable and beautiful. But super, shouldn't be, but super surprised at going to the movie and seeing comparing the movie to all the negative reaction that it has gathered from so many believers. And sure, not everything in the movie is wholesome. But the movie is rated as PG-13, and but I heard a lot of don't watch the movie, is really woke. The truth of the matter is that we live in a male-dominated society. And the movie was developed by somebody that feels very strongly about women rights and about how women sometimes get the shorter end of the stick. And as a professional woman, I have to agree that is true. And I believe that the movie does a fantastic job balancing a very serious message of women empowerment, and that, we are worth a lot more than the way we look, and that we can acquiesce positions of authority and to think and to be respected professionally, and as human beings. And I think the movie does a fantastic job presenting that message through a doll. And I don't think, I think that if our faith is so flimsy that a 1.5 hour movie that deals with social issues that are very true, I think that if our salvation is so flimsy that it can escape us as a result of watching that movie, then shame on us. I am a pastor, and my congregation has a lot of kids, and we focus on studying the Word of God in context and pursuing God wholeheartedly. I think that believers lose a valuable opportunity to have very, very smart discussion with children when we take this position of, this is so horrible, don't see it, it's so woke. I actually see these kids again on Saturday for Youth Day, and we are going to watch a powerful movie, Jesus Revolution, and we're going to talk about the revolution that group of teenagers brought about to a church that stands until today. And we're going to have smart discussions about life and this culture and how to stay relevant, because as Jesus say in his word, if the salt is not in the world, what is it that it's going to flavor? And if we put a lamp under a table, how can it light? house. And so my encouragement is for you to watch the movie. Do not take your little kids, if you have little kids that you cannot hold a smart conversation with, not because they're not smart, but because they're too young, then I definitely agree. Do not take them. It's definitely a movie that needs to be watched by kids that are able to understand and think and have discussions. But man, it is a pretty cool movie. And I think the producers and the directors did a very, very good job. And I think it does have some objectionable portions, but I think that those can be smartly discussed and thought through with discussion. I think that we come across as fanatics and we lose the opportunity to have powerful discussions with our children about life in general. And we also suffocate them when we start forbidding them. We suffocate them, and we lose the opportunity to have critical discussions and conversations with them. I have a 15-year-old and a 20-year-old, and they love God with all of their hearts. And we just came back from serving him in Panama, and prior to that, we were serving with them through a camp where we saw the powerful hand of God touch many, many hearts. And guys, I think sometimes we lose valuable opportunities to minister to our young people. And we are so close-minded and so fanatic that we come across as people that are not accessible. And we lose the great opportunity to be the salt and to be the light. And so I kindly disagree with my brothers and sisters that feel that this movie can somehow send someone into oblivion spiritually. And I also disagree that this is a woke movie. I think this is a movie that includes rather than exclude, and gives everybody an opportunity to be part. And I think they do it in a very, very creative, fun way. And I think that we need to lighten up a little and focus more on embracing God and His Word and His presence. Because sometimes we become so much what we're against that we forget what we're for. I love that Jesus was called a friend of sinners and that He liked to hang out with prostitutes and tax collectors and people that were not very religious. Ultimately, He was crucified by very religious people. And I wonder if He walked the streets with us today. I wonder if He would be accepted in many of our churches that are very, very religious, and yet sometimes look the other way when it comes to spiritual abuse or sexual abuse in the church. Just putting that out there. Sometimes we're so focused on the shape and how things look that we turn our backs to sound doctrine, really studying the Word of God, really seeking God beyond the format. And we also forget to condemn what really needs to be condemned, and forget to leave the judging of the world to God, which is ultimately what He asked us to do. This was my reaction to the Barbie movie. I would say go watch it. Don't take your small kids. Go watch it and then have a smart discussion with your children. I did that with a group of mine and we had a blast. And I got to wear a nice hat and very cheap and comfortable shoes and a beautiful pink dress. That's my review. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.